This is Brandon Malone, and
this is Jim Spencer.
And we're coming to you live from his house in Orville, California. And we just want to kind of just open up our hearts today. We just want to be real and just sit down and just talk about this topic on sonship. Being a son is so much more than just hanging out with the dad, but it's so freeing in so many different areas. And today we just want to open up our hearts and share with you how being a son has changed our life. So let's just jump into the question. Jim, how has being a son changed your walk with Jesus?
Well, for me, I think the biggest thing for me is it has allowed me to overcome a lot of fears.
Yeah.
One of the main fears, of course, is speaking in front of people, but another fear is just trying to be the best husband and father that I can be to my own kids. Because instead of me always looking to them to satisfy some need that I think that I have to have, because God is such a good father, I can go to Him for all things, and He always fills me, He always satisfies me, and then from that love that He pours out on me, I can transfer that love onto my wife and my kids, and be the best husband that I can be. Not because of some performance thing, but because of what God has done for me.
Yeah.
So I think that's for me, being a better husband, getting over the fear of failure, fear of performance, stuff like that. I think that's been the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much key for a lot of people. I mean, we see that that as fathers nowadays, that I think 50% of the homes don't have fathers,
yeah.
And the 50% that keep their fathers, they have a high stake to be a father.
Yeah.
And that high stake can always bring fear of failure. That am I being a good father? Am I living up to what God's standard has me as a father?
Right.
And I think it's so key that to be a son, we realize that God is a perfect father and He can teach us how to be that good father.
Yeah. So Brandon, how has being a son changed your life?
Well, there's lots of things it's helped me out, but since this video is super short, we'll keep it to one topic, and that's competition. And I think
that's a big one.
I think being a son has helped me in the competition aspect, because growing up, there's always that longing to be a good preacher, that longing to be a good speaker. You'd see speakers all over TBN, you'd see them on Church Network, you'd see them in my church. I mean, lots of great preachers would come through and be like, man, he's good. I love listening to him. Or the aspect of, I like this preacher, but I don't like that one, so I don't want to be like him, I want to be like that one.
Yeah.
And just being a son has really helped me be myself. It's liberated me to just know that I'm not called to be a preacher, I'm not called to be a speaker, I'm called to be a son. That I've been called and liberated to literally get up there and speak from a sonship instead of a competition of, I need to be better than this guy or that guy. And in short, I think that's how it's really helped me out, being a son.
So to wrap it up, today we talked about overcoming how being a son has affected us both, Brandon and myself. And one of the things was overcoming fear, fear of performance, fear of being a good father, a good husband. And the other thing which Brandon talked about was competition, and being able to just and not have to compete with anybody else, that he is just happy in what God has called him to be.
Yeah.
So we just want to thank you for listening to us. And I just want to emphasize one thing to you, is that you serve as a Christian, you serve the perfect Father, and just stop trying to be perfect in yourself and rest in the perfect Father. If you're a good son to the Father, then you don't have any worries. You can just be yourself.
Even if you're weird like me. We just want to say thank you one more time, and just be a son or daughter today.
Be blessed.